Invite a Budget Blinds style consultant to show you how to transform your rooms just by changing your window coverings. Canada's #1 choice for window coverings. Visit budgetblinds.ca today.
This is Newcap News with Bart Pediasic.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. RCMP are asking Battleford's residents to be on the lookout for a teenage girl who went missing from her caregiver's home on Newcap First Nation a little over a week ago. 13-year-old Jonetta Bergland is Aboriginal with a tall and slim build and has long black hair. RCMP believe Bergland is with friends in North Battleford. Now, if you have any information on her whereabouts, you're asked to call Battleford's RCMP at 306-446-1720. Now, some residents in North Battleford as well can sleep easier tonight after RCMP caught a 22-year-old man who had been breaking into vehicles early this morning. Police responded to a call around 5:45 a.m. and made an arrest near 19th Avenue and 95th Street just 15 minutes later. The young man is facing charges of possession of stolen property and resisting arrest. North Battleford RCMP have recovered some stolen items and advise anyone who discovers missing things from their cars to call a detachment. Once again, that's at 306-446-1720. Kids in the border city will turn back into students tomorrow as the new school year is set to begin. It's a fresh start for everyone in the public division, although Director of Education Todd Robinson says he'd like to pick up where they left off last year.
This year is about just picking up and continuing to work on the things that we established last year. So, we're working on continuing to try to improve literacy rates for kids in, in the early years in grades 1 to 3. Obviously, graduation and persistence rates for our high school students is a priority. And this year we're focusing a lot more around wellness, both from a student perspective and a staff perspective.
Wellness was a major topic at the Public Division's opening ceremony last week. Guest speaker Dr. Michael Ungar addressed the importance of resiliency in staff and students. Robinson says teachers will be encouraging kids to think about the supports they need in their lives.
I think the adults in their lives can do a good job of making sure they're in tune with what's going on in a kid's world beyond the classroom, beyond the school setting.
Now, last year did have one major hiccup. Classes at the new College Park School didn't start until December.
It's been nice to start the year without that sort of a circumstance. I'll certainly admit that. But it's been a great year, and we've got lots of kids that have been showing up at our schools, and we're looking forward to a super start.
And kids in the Catholic School Division start school tomorrow as well. And as kids head back to the classroom, the Lloydminster RCMP are reminding drivers about school zones. They say it's not uncommon for kids to dart out into the street without looking both ways. It's important for motorists to obey the 30-kilometer-an-hour speed limit. The rules are only in effect on days when school is in session and only for a total of 5 hours a day. When kids are heading to school from 8 to 9:30, during the lunch hour from 11:30 to 1:30, and from 3 o'clock to 4:30 as classes get out. The RCMP are also reminding drivers to obey flashing lights on school buses. Well, relief for some residents who live along one of the busiest roads in the border city. After months of testing speed tables near Holy Rosary, the city has decided to make them permanent.
This is a very busy street because this is the shortcut to the west end to the shopping.
65th Avenue, which turns into 39th Street, tends to draw a large volume of traffic, and many residents of Parkview Estates are frustrated and feel unsafe with so many vehicles speeding through.
Watching, I'm going to be hit. Now with the new school over here at elementaries, it's kind of scary because I'm scared one of those little kids is going to get run over.
The city says the response to the temporary speed tables was positive and the construction of permanent ones has already started. The project is expected to be completed by Friday.